Hello, and welcome back to It's What I Do. Got a bit more work to do on the goldfish tank today. Having some problems, and I'm doing a filter clean as well. Where I've changed the pump, the air pump on the filters means I can do them both at the same time. Look. See, they're both running. Not quite as vigorous a boil as before, but I've got them both going, so that's something, isn't it? So, problem I've been having with the goldfish tank. I made a mistake really. I should not have put all of the goldfish in there straight away. I knew I was going to have new pond syndrome because the filters were all brand new. So, but I was so desperate to get them out of my pond, my main pond. I think I mentioned it in the video before. I've got all of them out except for 4. There's 4 still in the main pond, but the difference is quite dramatic. Let me spin you around and I'll show you the main pond. 1 second. I'll turn the air off so you can get a better view. Bit of a reflection on there. I haven't got the polarizing filter on the camera, but you can see they're doing absolutely wonderful. So yeah, all good with them. And so there is 4 goldfish in there. You can see one down there, and there's a few black ones in there, plus one that we was going to keep in there anyhow. There's I don't know, you can see him down there, the white one. He was always going to stay in the pond. But the others were supposed to come out, but there's 3 more apart from him. But the fish are all doing fine. The water will get a little bit mucky in a minute when I finish doing the filters. It always does, because no matter how many times you boil those filters, you're never going to stop all of the particles going back in. But it's only sort of for an hour or so, and then it clears, so it's not a big issue. So what I'm doing to tackle the ammonia problem that I've got in the goldfish tank, I started off with sort of 30% water changes, and that wasn't hitting it. So I've started doing a 50% water change, and I've also paid out and got another 25 kilos of pumice. So I want to get some of that alpha grog out and get some more pumice in there. And I've also bought that 1 litre of that, which says it's enough for 10,000 litres. Well, that's only just on 500 litres. I think that should be enough. Yeah, I've never tried the gel stuff before. I usually use the little pond balls, but I thought putting the pumice in, that'll be ideal, because I can pour it on the pumice, let it soak in a little bit, and that should give it a good start. So the pumice I bought, I've got from a different supplier. Look, the last lot I bought, I got from Richard from Pond Guru. I'm trying to think of his website. Is it Filter Pro or something like that? I bought it from him, but you've got to pay postage when you buy from Richard, and although the pumice is actually cheaper, when you add the postage in, it works out dearer. So I got this from a different supplier. Cost me 55 quid, I think it was. So it was only a few quid cheaper than it would have been from Richard, but at the moment every penny counts, doesn't it? But what I have noticed with this lot is it's really dusty. Let me show you, 1 second. Right, that's what it comes in. Comes in sacks like that, and it was also inside a cardboard box. So I've opened the top of it. I don't know if the camera will pick it up, but it is absolutely smothered in dust. Look, you see on my finger. Now I've got to wash all that off before I can use it. But every bit of it is absolutely smothered. So that's going to make a nice mess. The other thing I've just done is bought a new hose pipe. The old one that we had, it was one of those plain green ones, and it had more holes in it than I don't know what. It used to flood the garden whenever you used it. So I've been out and bought another hose pipe, 25 metre hose pipe, 31 quid. That's not bad, I don't think. So yeah, all good. They're doing okay. As I say, the ammonia level is still really high. I haven't tested it today. I'm going to do a water change in a minute, and we'll see. I think I might need to get a little skimmer for in here, because there's a lot of debris and foam and shit on the top. No debris in the bottom of the tank, which isn't surprising because they're not getting fed virtually anything. They're getting a little bit every other day. Just because this ammonia level is too high. So that's where we are at the minute. I still got to sort out an anti-siphon, and I know what I want to do. It's just finding the places to get the bits. Struggling a little bit to find the right bits that I need. Right, I'm going to get this filter clean done, and I'm going to do the 50% water change on the Goldfish tank, and then start getting this pumice washed, and I'll come back to you when I'm doing that, so show you the crap that comes off it. Right, back in a little while. Oh, just before we get onto that, I fitted the float switch. I've done it same as the other one, and I've put an audible warning on, same as the other one, and slightly different to the first one. Let me just switch the pump on. Once it gets down to that level, you'll see it. Oh, I can't get it in there without the sun flare. That's the actual warning lamp this time. It's a red one, and I've fitted it on the side of my shed, and it is loud. Just give it a minute, it will go off. Guys, that's what it sounds like, and trust me, that is loud, very loud. There you go, that was the alarm. I've lifted the float out for the time being, so I'm doing the water change, and I want the filter to carry on running while I'm doing that. So I let about 50% go, switched it all back on, and I've got the hose for the 3-stage dechlorinator filter thing, topping it back up. So get on with that, and I'll get on with my filters, and so I'll come back to you when I do the pumice. Okay, filters are all cleaned, and I've got them back up and running. I've washed one lot of pumice, about a third of the bag I suppose. And that's the state of the water on the first wash, and there is like thick sandy grain at the bottom, which is what's covering all of the pumice. So I wash it once in that, and then I give it a second rinse in there. Oh, found another couple of little bits, just to rinse off the dirty water that's on that. You're still going to get some dust going into the water, but try and reduce it as much as possible. While I've been doing that, I've pulled out all the little bits that are in there as well, because they would likely pass through the air crate at the bottom. Some of them probably wouldn't, but some would. So I'll pull them out. They won't go to waste, I can still use them. So what I've got now, I emptied the second tier of the shower out of the pumice, the alpha grog, sorry, and I've put that in with the pumice, and now I'm going to put some of that filter gel over that. I've stood it on top of the top tier, which is running at the moment. That's just running through there, just to keep the water going. Turn it over. I've put more alpha grog in the top, so I've lifted the level of that up a bit. And we'll get that done. So I'll get some of that gel. Gel says you've got to shake it well before you put it on, so I've done that. Now I've just got to get the lid off and put it on, so give me a second and I'll do that. Right, I've given it a good coating. You can see there's quite a bit of that stuff on there. It absolutely stinks. I don't know if you've ever smelt it, but it's foul. Stinks to high heaven. So we'll let that soak in there. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take the pumice out of that one and put it into this one, and then put some more in that one, if that makes sense. I'm thinking maybe putting a layer of alpha grog on the top, just to protect the pumice a little bit, because the pumice obviously is a lot softer stone than the alpha grog, and the water hitting it will wear it quicker. They reckon it has a life between 5 to 10 years in a filter system, which seems pretty reasonable to me. Although saying that, I mean, my one on the main pond's been running, it's got to be about 5 years it's been running with the pumice that's in there now. So yeah, and that's still going strong. So for the money you pay, it's really good. I like pumice. Cheaper than the really good stuff, the back of your house media, which you can't beat. I mean, it is made for this, but this is the best alternative, in my opinion. Some people would disagree, but there you go. Right, I'll transfer that other stuff over and I'll put some more gel in there, and I'll come back to you in a minute. Okay, that's all back together and up and running. So we've got pumice nearly to the top in there, just a thin layer of alpha grog, and the same again in that one. So that's another 25 kilos, well, I say about 22 kilos of pumice gone in. During the process of cleaning it, I also pulled out all the little bits that are likely to go through the egg crate. Actually, there's a few bits there that are a bit bigger than that wouldn't go through it, but that's going through it pretty much piece by piece. Okay, battery's about to run out on this camera, so that's an ideal time to call this one to an end, call it to a close. So hopefully that works. If it doesn't, the only other option I've got is to start pulling some of the fish out, putting them back into the main pond, which I really don't want to do. We'll see, we'll give it time, see what happens. Right, that's it for now. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you found that interesting, and I'll catch you next time. Bye for now.